to Poldark Dish. I'm Marlise.
And I'm Elyse.
And today we're going to be dishing about Poldark Season 2,
Episode 7.
But first, a little recap.
The King of France has been introduced to Madame Guillotine.
And all of Cornwall is uneasy. Will there be a war?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
The Gaugers have their eyes on the suspected free traders.
Mr. T has sent his homies to Empire to collect his stash.
And Demelza ain't happy because it's taken him 3 weeks to get his crap out of the library.
Will Grace is not yielding any copper.
But Mark Daniels swore that...
Seriously? We are pinning all of our hopes on one line from a guy who's on the lam?
Yeah.
Elizabeth can't believe Ross's promissory note was paid.
But will this keep Ross from sniffing around Trenwith?
He'll always have a reason to come to Trenwith.
And she'll always want you to.
Wormlegged makes plans to kick people out of their homes.
To rebuild Cornwall condos.
We're gentrifying.
Hoblin Rosina is engaged to Charming Charlie.
He's pimped out his digs from the proceeds of his hard work and whatnot.
Yeah, right. Judd is back and Prudy's all up in his grill.
Demelza gets sucked in and suddenly it's a Cornish wrestling pile-up.
Judd tells Ross that Mark Daniels has been found.
A rendezvous is scheduled, but first Ross has to take a 2-day cruise on the SS Duty Free.
Ooh, Cornwall cocktails on the Lido deck. Caroline has left the light on in the window.
And you know what that means.
Candy and Caroline sitting in a tree.
K-I-S-S-I-N-T.
They're playing doctor and planning their elopement.
Dr. Eye Candy says sneaking away like this smacks of dishonesty.
Ooh, you can sit. Smack me right here, right here.
Riley's no self-respecting cougar says smack me. It's spank me.
Ooh, thank you, doctor. May I have another? Caroline says there ain't no other way, my babe.
But he says his honor will be compromised.
Yeah, when he was in love with Karen Daniels, he...
Wait, what? He was in love with that Shakespearean hussy?
I guess that's what they called shagging in those days.
Oh, she was just throwing her dirty underpants at his head.
Ooh, yeah, she wasn't nothing but a nasty girl.
Give me a beat!
Nasty, nasty girl.
Oh, you nasty girl. Anyway, he ain't on board with the old...
Sneaking off in the middle of the night, get married.
So her uncle doesn't find out.
He'll cool off after a year.
Everybody will be friends again.
She'll get her deferred inheritance plan. The Reverend and his family enjoy a hot meal at Trenwith once a week.
As Elizabeth and Aunt Agatha look on, horrified.
As their food is all devoured.
Like a biblical plague of locusts.
Because it's a Poldark's duty. Ross is off for 2 days to go meet up with Mark Daniels.
Demelza wonders if he really has to go.
Yep, or Will Grace is gonna go down like the Titanic.
Wormlegged sends Elizabeth a note telling her that all hell's gonna break loose.
Oh, and he ain't sending her any help. He's just scaring the shit out of her.
And Agatha says, give me a gun, I'll shoot those bitches down.
Bye, Felicia.
Dr. Eye Candy calls at Empire to tell Demelza that he's going to marry Caroline.
They're off to start afresh in a new town.
That doesn't know he stooped the Shakespearean hussy.
Boy, that's a mouthful.
That's what she said before she died.
Ooh. Speaking of the wife murdering Mark Daniels,
Ross catches up with him in a pub in the Isles of Scilly.
dude, and he looks like a hot mess.
And he talks like a crackhead.
Elizabeth is feeling neglected that her alternate universe husband Ross didn't answer her SOS note.
She wonders where the hell he is.
Oh, he's singing silly pub songs in Silly.
You think that people would have had enough of silly pub songs.
But I look around me and I see it isn't so.
Oh no.
Mark Daniels is guiding him through a map.
Trying to remember exactly where the Trevorgy payload was.
Well, what you want to do is you got to enter here right south.
Here.
And then head up onto the watering hole. Now
Up
you
here.
see some good fishing there with my cousin Cletus. And then I think I turn yonder left.
There.
And, well, I don't... Did you get my wife a proper headstone?
I got your wife the most beautiful headstone. It's his beloved wife of Mark Daniels,
I
married
should
2.5
have killed that
weeks.
doctor when I had
Oh,
the
he's
chance.
as good as dead. Now focus on this
Well, then
man.
I did some turning around here, and I clicked my heels, and I went down further south.
How can you tell it was south? So basically, Ross and everyone at Will Grace is just screwed.
Yeah, they're Dr. Eye Candy's finding it hard to leave his first love, the patients of Cornwall.
Hoblin Rosina has knitted him a scarf with love.
Caroline tells them they have to move up their departure date.
So they rendezvous in the woods.
Ooh, kissy time. Caroline wonders if Dr. Eye Candy's having second thoughts.
He says he'll miss his Cornish life, but he wants her for his wife.
Oh, that rhymed.
I know.
Wormlegged sends Elizabeth another warning.
Tinners are going to be scrounging on her land.
No help, just a warning.
No biggie. It's Aggie. Get your gun.
She's locked and loaded.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Get off my lawn, punk. Elizabeth goes to Nampara to find out why the hell Ross hasn't answered her call for help.
Demelza says he ain't home, honey.
But I sent him a note.
A note? Prudy, do you know anything about a note?
No, don't have a note.
A note is sticking out of your bodice?
I've never had a note, mistress.
Plain as the
Hands
nose on your
clean,
face.
no
I
note,
see a
don't
note.
have a note.
There is a note right there.
Don't know any note you're talking about.
If perchance there were a note, would you have put it into Mr. Ross's hands?
Yeah, I could have done that. Could have put it in his hands, yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Rosina Hoblin is hobbling once more.
Bet Bitch fell down and dislocated her knee again.
Just as Dr. Eye Candy is packing his final bag.
Demelza comes running in saying, come on, you've got to help Gimpy.
And even though Caroline will be waiting, he runs to his patient's side. I want one.
Ross bellyaches about all his stupid moves with Wheel Grace.
Oh yeah, they were pretty damn stupid.
What's he gonna do now?
Learn my lesson.
Cherish my family.
Plow my fields.
Plow my field.
That's a good idea. Good idea.
Take off your shirt. Plow the field.
Okay. Oh, yeah, plowing good.
He looks as good with the plow as with the side.
Looking good plowing. You can plow my fields any day.
Dr. Eye Candy just looks at Rosina's leg and it's cured.
Fiancé Charlie is sick in bed on doctor's order.
Dr. Eye Candy smells a rat.
Could he be the Cornwall traitor?
He's gonna go over there and check him out.
Why check him out?
So, Caroline anxiously awaits for Uncle Ray to go the hell to bed.
So she can pack up and sneak off with her future hubby.
Woo! Dr. Eye Candy goes to check out Charlie.
He's not sick, he's faking.
He's the informer! They begin a Cornwall smackdown.
An ambush is planned for tonight.
The Gagers sneak down to the shore and they wait for Ross's boat to arrive.
Ross and the men start to unload their crap.
Back at Nampara, Captain Redcoat puts some guards on duty.
Caroline writes Uncle Ray a goodbye letter.
Captain Redcoat tells Demelza, you can bat your eyes all you want to.
My duty comes first.
Duty again.
Dr. Eye Candy kicks the crap out of Charlie the chump.
The cutie cure of Cornwall discovers that Demelza is being guarded by a redcoat.
While Caroline and Horace wait in the carriage.
The hunky healer races down to the shore to warn Ross and his men that they're walking into a trap.
Demelza manages to sneak out of the house.
As Ross and his men unload more crap.
Dr. Dwightville sets my bush on fire.
A bush.
What did I say?
Never mind. The Gagers are there! It's too late!
Quick, reload your crap! Oh, a bush. Ross makes a run for it.
Gunshots are fired!
Dr. Eye Candy's blue eyes glisten in the fire.
Of the burning bush.
Ross comes nose to nose with the head Gager and rearranges his face.
Dr. Eye Candy is knocked cold by a redcoat!
Oh no!
Caroline begins to realize she's been stood up.
Demelza finds Ross. He's a bloody mess, but he's gotta hide.
My pug is cold. I'm going home.
The next morning, Dr. Eye Candy's been let go.
He races to Caroline's, but she's flown the coop.
She wrote him a Dear Dwight letter.
She's gone.
Wormleggin tells Elizabeth that Ross ain't none but a slacker.
You can't rely on him.
Oh, he's planting his evil seeds. The search for Ross continues.
He was in a secret cache, under the library floor all along.
Ah, Demelza's happy he's home.
Safe and sound.
For now. Wow, this episode, it was so full of suspense. I
Yes.
loved the way cutting back and forth, those scenes were so beautifully edited.
Each episode is like a movie.
It really, yes.
Yeah, it is, like start to finish.
And filmed like a movie, the way the art direction and the lighting is just gorgeous.
Oh, but so many people are unhappy at the end of this episode.
know.
Poor Caroline.
Caroline, Dr. Eye Candy and Caroline, I finally thought they were going to get together. They finally won me over as a match.
Well,
pair.
and then Caroline had that little tea party with Demelza.
Yes, that was odd. I mean,
It was a little tense. She was like, marriage is going to be okay, isn't it?
Yeah,
Your
look
husband's
at-
all right,
look at
isn't it?
Demelza
You
for
guys
marriage
love each other,
counseling.
don't you? And
for marriage advice.
yeah, and it reminded me of the time that Demelza walked in with the wilty cornflowers and Elizabeth was there. This time, she's got her
the
nice
rover.
proper
It's
flowers
interesting.
that are alive, and Caroline's there, and she holds her own.
Oh, great callback. I like that. That was very
Yeah,
nice.
but Caroline's so sweet. You know, you just really like her
You
now.
do like her. I really do like
And
her.
she's such a pretty pale little girl, and I see these scenes, and the tip of her little nose is bright red. It's like, oh, she's cold.
Yeah, you know it's cold when they were
she's
shooting.
cold.
Well, you know when they're out on the beautiful cliffs of Cornwall and everything, you just see everything is blowing. The actors' hair is blowing, and they're like you could tell that they're cold. And
Well, they said
shivering.
on the panel that sometimes when Ross and Demelza were doing their scenes on the cliffs, that they would squeeze each other's hands to let them know that it was time to speak because they
Oh,
couldn't hear
interesting.
anything.
Wow.
And they said they feel like they're shouting, but it comes off
Wow.
beautifully, so they really know what they're doing.
But so let's talk about the whole Mark Daniels thing. I just kept thinking that this is going to build up to bringing Mark Daniels back as part of a bigger part of the story.
Girlfriend is nuttier than a fruitcake.
And they go all the way out to, well, south of Cornwall, right?
Yeah.
This island of Scilly, the island of Scilly, you know, just to meet up with a wacky Mark Daniels, and then
Mark Daniels was much more coherent on the cliff than he is now with his bad hair and his
I almost thought it was a different actor, and I had to look it up on
That he was
IMDb
hiding?
because they were, you know, his hair is all overgrown in front of his face, like they were hiding that what actor it was. And I'm thinking, and I didn't recognize him at first. I thought, is it the same actor?
What? Poor Demelza.
Oh,
my
I know,
God.
Demelza. Oh my God, and Elizabeth, get your own husband, honey.
Well, yeah, and she stands there and gets so helpless. And Aunt Agatha is always there with the zingers. She is so
Agatha,
good.
when she comes up with the guns,
You know,
that's
I kind
priceless.
of think of Maggie Smith.
Yes.
Like in another generation
In another
or
genre
two
of-
before,
Yep.
might have been a character like this, kind of a hard old granny.
Yep.
She gets all the good lines, and yeah, you just love her.
Demelza and Ross, what is going on there?
I know, we all just want to sit back and see them happy, but that's not life, and
I
that's
know,
not this
he's-
story, so...
Well, he's chasing after the fortune, the Trevorgy,
Trevorgy load.
Okay, he's chasing
The
after
Trevorgy
his
load.
Trevorgy load, and you know, we don't think it's going to happen, and so
Yeah.
there's nothing else to do. He gives up and says, "This is it. Going to close the mine down. They don't have money to put towards the mine anymore,
Yeah.
and he's just going to be a farmer, right?" Which we
And-
want to see. So hey, let's talk about Twitter. All the fabulous tweets that we get from our fans.
Very kind.
Very kind, including some tweets from cast members from Poldark itself. Bawdy Edney, our new BFF, said, "Loving the Poldarkdish ladies. We love you too."
We
Bawdy
love right back
Edney,
at you.
who plays Prudy. We love her as Prudy. We love her as herself. She's awesome. Follow her at Bawdy Edney on Twitter because she is fantastic. So thank you so much for giving us a shout out. We also get multiple shout outs from Mammoth Screen.
Okay.
What'd they say there?
Mammoth Screen says, essential viewing for British #Poldark fans.
Mwah, 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 mwah. We love you. Thank you so much. Mammoth has been so supportive of our show. It's been unbelievable.
And don't forget, we still have our giveaway. We have this wonderful book, The World of Poldark, and we're going to have some other goodies
Yes.
coming our way that we can give away.
Yes, we already have some things
subscribe.
added. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment because then your name will go in the hat for all the fun goodies. You're going to include DVDs, Blu-rays, the books, other fun Poldark theme items that you're absolutely going to love. So exciting news.
And an exciting episode.
Yes, thank you all once again for watching. I'm Marlise.
And I'm Elyse.
And we're the
The
Poldark
Poldark
Dish.
Dish.
Rawr. Well, that was a fun episode.
I liked it.